Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto well under 20, and I have a question for you. Is your body resistant to losing weight? Is it? Or are you resistant to losing weight? Think about it for a second. A lot of people do keto in their own way, and even though they hear people say, like I do here, no grains, no sugars of any kind, no artificial sweeteners of any kind. You better be reading those labels. There's 68 different fake chemical sugars out there. And so it's not going to say something that you're familiar with, most likely, unless it's like aspartame. But all the rest can just be hidden in those little bottles and packages and squirt-ins and all of that. And no diet soda, and that means you're not that special. Your body will stop being fat adapted. It will stall. And if you hit a plateau, it's never about what you haven't done or done, right? Yeah, I understand. I was resistant. Okay, I knew what I had to do, as most of us will kind of cop to, but my body wasn't resisting. My body just wasn't being fed the proper foods. So if, I go back to the usual, if your mother or your grandmother, if you're younger, wouldn't recognize it, wouldn't know the name, couldn't pronounce it, it wasn't on the shelves back then, and there's nothing wholesome about it at all, number 5, then stay away from it. We're looking for whole, natural, sometimes organic, sometimes grass-fed products, things that will make you lose the weight, get everything in order, get metabolically correct, I guess would be it. If you had the deranged metabolism before, then you want to get underanged, right? And so sometimes this is the resistant part of doing keto in a perhaps more proper way than you're doing it versus your body after all these years of eating. And the standard American diet, also known as SAD, that can make you resistant. It doesn't mean that you won't lose weight. It means that you have to give it a chance. If you've had decades of junk, sugar, processed foods, diet soda, all of the JUNQUE that we have to deal with in all of these aisles, they said if you took out all the fake foods, the fake chemicals, the processed foods, the this and that, you'd be left with 20% in the store. I believe that. So you have to recognize what's really resistant. Your body, your metabolism, or your head in just giving up those hold on things. Do you ever hold on to something and you know you're not supposed to? Sorry, I couldn't resist it. It's like right over there and it looks so, have a sip of me now. Yeah, so, a lot of us, I had my gum. That was a non-negotiable. I had who knows, 10 to 15 pieces of gum every day. And then when I started to get keto, really keto intense, and really started paying attention to things, it's like, oh, no, don't pay attention to gum. Gum is a BBC, a better bad choice, right? Because at least I'm having that and I'm not having a diet soda, right? Like that teenage logic, which they seem to come up with. And so you sit there and you say, well, the answer to that question is yes. A piece of gum is better than a diet soda, but that's not the point. The piece of gum had 1 to 2 carbs. Well, on a under 20 carb per day, yeah, that's gone. I never thought I'd give up my sweet Italian coffee mate. Never, never. As long as you don't touch my coffee the way that I like it, then we're going to get along just fine. Thank you very much. But I was able to give that up because I was so addicted to that taste in my coffee. I didn't think that I could ever get used to some other type of coffee. And now I like all kinds of varieties. Sometimes I like flavored. Sometimes I like just the coffee flavor. Sometimes I like super strong. Sometimes I like kind of blonde coffees, the medium roast ones. It's just, you know what? I can. It's okay to have different flavors or non-flavored coffee, but it's not okay to have Coffee Mate. It's not okay to chew 10 to 15 pieces of gum every day. It's not okay to have diet sodas instead of the real deal. See what I'm saying? And so one of the pickles here went to buy her favorite add-in, and she found it had sucralose in it. And she was like disappointed. And it's like, yeah, I had to throw out a lot of junk that had the dubious ingredients, like heavy whipping cream, okay? You'll find it with the carrageenan in it unless you look for the organic. And the organic is Stonyfield. The organic is Horizons. The organic is Organic Valley. And then Whole Foods, I think, their heavy cream does not have carrageenan in it. But who knew before, right? In fact, I was just reading a book that came with Kindle. It was a freebie, and it's about a food addict. And she was, her boyfriend is a chef, and so she manages the restaurant, and he cooks. And she was talking about this tower of beef that they made, you know, the ornamental thing or something. And we stuck it together with meat glue. Remember that batative from that book? Meat glue. I never heard of it before, but I guess it works if you're building, you know, pyramids with beef. No, I'll be eating mine and with butter. Thank you very much. So what's more resistant, your head or your body? Because sometimes it takes a long time to turn this part around because you are, you know, sometimes we are so stuck in our own way and we just refuse to like look at maybe giving that up, maybe only having half, maybe weaning off of it. So like a month from now, we don't have it anymore. I mean, a lot of people are just still having the yellow, blue, and pink packets. Some people are using drops that have fake sugars in them as well. A lot of us stay stuck with that stuff and we don't even hear the message that's coming through. Those packets aren't good for us. Those packets can stall your weight loss. Those packets can stall your fat burning. And those packets are toxic chemicals. And so when you're having a few of them every day and saying, well, it's just a few, you know, you could be in trouble. I throw in Truvia too, because it's been processed from here to who knows where. And it doesn't matter that it came from a wonderful organic plant. It's now white. What does that tell you? So steer clear. You know, I still use sugar alternative sweeteners. One is pure, which is organic stevia and erythritol. And then I also use Xyla that comes from hardwood trees in North America. And they don't have the aftertastes. A little bit with the pure, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So I buy the two of them and then I alternate. So with my resistance, I find that often the resistance, it's towards breaking a habit, not necessarily getting rid of the food, but breaking a habit. And so when I'm faced with something like that, it can lead back to the food, but the habit can be that stubbornness of like, I'm holding on to it. I've lost 34 pounds on keto since January, so I'm just going to keep doing it. And yet you're in a 3-week stall, right? And it feels frustrating because you only had like 8 to 12 pounds to go. And then you could like think about maintenance. So it's something that you're not going to want to have eventually because you're eating healthy food. And so maybe that has to go. Maybe the stubbornness is up here with resisting giving something up, figuring all the stuff that you've given up along the way. You know, you can get pretty pouty and cross your arms under your boobs and say, I gave up grains and I gave up sugar and I gave up, you know, fruit. Isn't that enough? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Some of us can stay still having bottled salad dressings. Read that label. Soybean oil, canola oil, Or mayonnaise. I know a lot of you love mayonnaise. I don't. But a lot of you like it. And so when you see real above the Hellmann's, what psychologically, oh, they've got a winner here, because you're thinking it's real. Real what? Tons of chemicals in that. And one of them is soybean oil. So if you're not familiar with the oils that you're not supposed to let into your body, soybean oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, corn oil, vegetable oil. If it says Wesson, keep on walking, okay? So those things aren't healthy for you. They cause inflammation. Inflammation is the stuff that really messes with your heart. It's not cholesterol. It's not a high-fat diet. It's inflammation. Your heart does not like inflammation. And so when you have those kind of oils, not good. So you might have to give up bottle dressing. I don't know what the ranch dressing has in it, but I know a lot of people like ranch or the blue cheese. And somebody said to me in a comment today, they said, so if you're buying a blue cheese salad dressing in a bottle and it can sit on the shelf, not in the refrigerated section like Marie's, check out Marie's first, because that might have more of like the healthy stuff. I don't know, because I just put crumbled blue cheese that I crumble myself, or Rochelle flies out from the West Coast to crumble my cheese for me, so I don't get the caking agents. Hi, Rochelle. So anyway, what you want to become is label aware, ingredient aware. And if there's something in it that makes you question it, if it's not extra virgin olive oil, if it's not avocado oil, macadamia nut oil, walnut oil, pecan oil, coconut oil, then you're not having it. Those are the safe oils that are under safe, okay? Keto approved. That's what you want to aim for. And, we can always tweak. We can always get healthier, always get better. And that's what we want to do with our keto food plan. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food, with a mini smackdown, just deciding where the resistance is in your older body and your metabolism, or in your head with seeing something that you have every single day and never give a thought to, like Splenda, Truvia, Equal, Sweet and Low, things like that, or the diet soda. Okay? I love the fizzies too. That's why I buy all those mineral waters. So do the best you can with what you got, and I'll get you. If I don't have you now, I'm going to get you to think twice about your purchases and what you put in your body. That's the resistance that I like to work on with you. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you the next time.